Nick and Sean, we talk about movies. We do, yeah. Nick and Sean, we talk about movies.
You go a little longer.
Talk about movies. Yes, we're talking about movies all night.
I'm not going to just sing that person.
I kind of just want 30 minutes of that.
This is a great instrumental, though. If we ever need to come back to this.
All right,
we'll keep this on cue. So we're going to, I think everyone probably knows what movie we're going to talk about at this point. If you don't, that's the My Heart Will Go On theme to the Titanic.
Yes. Performed by Celine Dion.
Celine Dion. They wanted, who did they want?
Oh, they wanted
Enya.
Yeah.
They wanted Enya for the song.
She gave a hard no.
Did she say no?
Bad move.
She said no. And Celine Dion.
Good move for us, though, because it is a great song.
Celine killed it.
Celine, she destroyed it.
I would love to see her perform it one day in Vegas.
I would pay good money to see that. I'd probably cry. Shed a tear or two.
It would be really good I would like to really see it in real life. It would be a little bit surreal, I think, to actually see.
It would be very surreal. I hope they have like the whole the boat, the bow of the boat on there.
Sings it like on a ship.
Yeah,
or, like they at least play like movie scenes in the background.
They better.
Plays it.
So that will be our next vacation. We'll start planning it now.
Yeah, so we're gonna go see Celine Dion perform My Heart Will Go On. Classic song
for a classic movie.
And that song, just so let's give a shout out to James Horner, writer of the song.
Yes, the unsung hero.
Keeping that horn. So let's get right into. Oh, and let's not get right into it. Let's talk about. Let's say thank you to our listeners from last week who listened to Nick and Sean talking about Wizards from Oz. Due to copyright infringement, we could not call the episode The Wizard of Oz as we originally planned, so it ended up being changed to Wizards from Oz. But it still worked out pretty well. We were criticized pretty heavily for our lack of knowledge on the plot.
Which we knew when we were doing it, which made it we knew it was pretty fun.
We missed a lot of stuff. We went back I went back and I watched some clips from the movie and I was like, okay, yeah, we messed that up. A lot of people pointed out stuff that we messed up.
I think we misspoke every single quote we used for the most part.
Yeah, I don't think we nailed anything except for me. I nailed the song for Lollipop Kids.
You did nail it though.
That was the only
when you said it though, I told you I was like that was 100% correct.
Yeah, I didn't think so at the time, but listening back, I was like, actually, that sounded like we just played a clip.
Yeah,
from YouTube.
I thought it was an Oz for a second when you were singing it.
Nah, yeah, that's what when I was listening back, I was like, dang, actually, I had perfect pitch. I sounded like a Lollipop Kid. And I think listening back. This coming week, I'm going to think, is that Celine Dion or is that me
at the
beginning? So shout out to Celine.
And thanks, everyone, for listening and messaging us.
Thanks to our listeners.
We got really high praise, though, on the vague review.
Yeah, a lot of people liked that we couldn't remember the movie.
Which is why we're doing this one.
Yeah.
For the most part.
I think we should probably tell them, we picked a movie yesterday that we were going to review. We were going to review... we put a bunch of movies into a hat and we drew them out and we picked out one and it ended up being Billy Madison.
Yeah.
And so we downloaded it and we watched the movie.
Love it, though.
It was good. And we actually started recording our podcast for it. And we were like, this isn't very good. Like,
yeah, it was garbage water.
It's too hard to talk about a comedy and like this. You're basically repeating jokes.
Plus, the plot is so simplistic. It's like, there's nothing really you can
We
talk
found
about.
ourselves repeating jokes that were not funny to be repeated. So on a whim, we were like, oh, let's just do Titanic. Nick and I are both big Titanic fans.
Yes, actually, for at least, 6-7 years, we had every single year, the exact date Titanic came out, we actually watched Titanic together.
Was it the date that
no,
Titanic
it was a
came
theatrical release. The date of the theatrical release.
The date of the release?
Yeah. Because you had the VHS set, and then one year for your birthday, I bought you the 20th anniversary DVD set.
I had the DVD, I had the double VHS.
Yeah.
I had director's cut. The best one was the DVD because if you open it came with pictures of the characters in the movie, Jack and Rose, who are played by Leonardo
None
DiCaprio,
other than
Leo DiCaprio,
and Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet, great casting,
amazing,
great casting.
Plus,
catapulted.
Love those two. Revolutionary Road when they were together, one of my favorite movies.
That was later on.
Yeah.
But yeah, this catapulted both of these actors to...
Actor and actress.
We're just going to call them both actors.
Oh.
We don't want... no, this actor and this actress to stardom, I would say, right?
Absolutely. They were both really young.
I mean, what was
Kate Winslet was older. I'm not sure how much older. I think Leonardo was Leonardo was actually the first person for Boogie Nights, and Mark Wahlberg was picked because Leonardo was in Titanic, and they were both in Basketball Diaries, so they picked Leonardo's co-star from Basketball Diaries to do Boogie Nights.
A little trivia there.
It's true.
Anyone else for
Billy Zane?
The role of Rose?
Not that I'm aware of. She really, really wanted it.
Okay.
Either way, let's get into this.
Yeah,
we haven't seen this movie in years. I think.
What year?
No, 98.
7.
Oh, fuck! So close.
It's 97. I know that because I'm looking at a screen right now. It's telling me 97. So 97.
What would you have guessed?
James Cameron.
Yeah. What would you have guessed? What year?
I think I would have guessed 97.
You piece of shit. You would not have.
Yeah, I would have guessed 97. It's directed by one and only Jones Cameron.
James wrote it.
He wrote it?
Yeah, he wrote the screenplay. I think he wrote the screenplay.
Okay.
I don't know. You might want to check that.
I don't care.
Okay. Well, let's say he did.
Well, he didn't really. I mean, he may have written it, but we should mention this movie is based on true events.
It actually is 100% true.
Is it?
No.
Oh. Okay, so
let's get into it. We talked about Bill Paxton in our last one. In this movie, we actually have Bill Paxton in it.
That's true.
Starts off with old Billy Boy.
Rest in peace.
He's dead?
Yeah, he's dead.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's been dead for like 2 or 3 years.
Oh man, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
I really didn't know.
Yeah, heart complications.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, he's dead. So does he die in the movie too?
No, he does not die in the movie.
He survives?
He's not on that ship.
Oh, he's not?
No! He's the researcher at the beginning of the movie.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking he's some kind of I thought he's some kind of the captain on the ship.
He's the captain. He's the captain of his ship, looking for the Titanic.
Okay, well, so let's get into that.
Yeah, let's get into it. It starts off right.
We should say this is a period piece.
Oh, great period piece.
But it starts out in what was supposed to was modern times
97.
when the movie came out.
Exactly.
On a ship that was exploring the Pacific?
It was looking
Atlantic.
It was looking It was.
I don't know why I was thinking Pacific.
The ship was looking for the ship. Yeah, it was going to New York. It's the Atlantic. The ship was looking for.
I was thinking of.
You think of Shark Island in the Pacific?
No, I was thinking of Pacific Sunwear, Pakistan.
Oh, dude. Every time
Because I think a lot of the characters were wearing PacSun
sunglasses?
clothing in the movie on the ship. In modern times, there's a lot of PacSun gear.
I don't know about that, but
that's why I was thinking Pacific.
okay. I can understand your train of thought for that.
Yeah.
But it does start off with Bill Paxton, the captain of his own ship.
Mm-hmm.
His whole life, I think, is based around like trying to find the Titanic.
They're trying to find like remnants of.
No, what they're trying to find actually is the heart of the ocean.
Yeah.
The diamond.
Which is a big
ass blue diamond
necklace.
Yeah, it's a big blue
This
diamond.
is a big pearl.
Yeah.
Diamond.
No, it's a blue diamond.
It's a blue diamond.
I think it was the Hope diamond. It's not even know.
Is it a diamond or is it like a ruby?
Sapphire? I think it might be a blue.
Sapphire.
Yeah, it's not important. But
it's a really fancy looking blue jewel.
It's huge. Nice.
And it's shiny.
If you pick that up in Final Fantasy or a video game, you'd be able to sell that and buy like 20 swords.
Okay.
So it's worth a lot of money.
I'm sure a lot of our listeners are going to be able to relate to that Final Fantasy reference. So anyways, they're trying to find this treasure.
Yeah, they're trying to
Basically,
the treasure.
they're
Basically looking for the treasure.
They're treasure hunters, and
so what happens?
So they're on the ship.
We're gonna skip forward. We're gonna start speeding it up a little bit because we're gonna try to keep this like around 30 minutes. I know we're not gonna meet that goal.
No, we're probably 25.
This might be like this. We might need to cut this into two pieces, like maybe one this week and the other half next week. It's gonna be an hour episode.
Oh, it might be a double VHS.
Yes, let's do it. Double VHS.
Double VHS. We'll see.
So anyway, so they're on the ship. Bill Paxton's treasure hunting, looking for this blue diamond. And what happens is when he gets, he's got like an automatic scuba robot, which was really high tech at the time. He's controlling it underwater. Was he in it, or is he? Either way, he's controlling it underwater.
Like a
Submarine, yeah, but a small one. They're controlling it with like
it's like a remote control.
Yeah, it's a robotic submarine
with a camera on it that can go down to deep depths and explore.
So he's aware that the character Billy Zane, I don't know his name in the movie, I forgot. Anyways, Billy Zane, it's Rose's boyfriend, fiance.
Her fiance.
He knows that that's the room it should be in. Mm-hmm. So he finds the room, opens the safe, and all that's in there is a picture of a woman with the necklace on, but no necklace. So then it goes on the news. He's talking on the news and everything. And then Rose sees it and she's like, oh, that's me. Or whatever, the 90-year-old Rose.
So she's like old as shit.
Her granddaughter, I think, is taking care of her.
Yeah. So basically they find a picture of a woman who's in the nude. She is in the nude,
except the treasure is on her chest. Her bosom.
Her breasts are exposed. And her nipples.
Yeah.
Which is an important detail.
Even her mom's pubis.
Is it?
I think so.
Oh, wow. I don't remember that part.
Gee whiz.
Well, that explains the rated R rating of the movie. So she sees a hand-drawn photo of herself on the news. So she gets in contact with this
Bill Paxton
excavation ship. And she says, so she talks to the captain and says, oh, I recognize the woman in that photo. It's me.
Yeah.
So then they're like, oh, dang. So they
fly her out.
They get her out there. They get her on a helicopter or fly her out there on a helicopter.
I mean, I'm sure she's flown out on a plane to get to some location.
Okay.
Then the helicopter, I think, lands on the excavation ship.
Okay. I just was making sure.
I think that'd be the route.
Yeah. So
she
ends up on the ship.
Yeah. I'll pull up Google Maps and see the best, way. I don't know if it has Chopper on there, but.
So she ends up on the ship, and then what happens then? Do they find?
So they're on the ship, and then she's looking through all the artifacts he found in her room. Like a comb. She's like, oh, that's mine.
Oh yeah. She's finding all her stuff.
Her mirror, and then she looks at her reflection, like, oh, it's my mirror, but reflection's a little different, and drops it.
It looks a little different since the last time I looked in it.
So then, anyways, she's talking to old Bill Paxton, and Bill, who's really just wants to know where this goddamn diamond is.
Yeah.
He's trying to give her, just trying to hear her story, but really he's more interested and just knowing what happened to this diamond or sapphire or whatever it is. And then that's when it flashes back.
Yeah, she's like, basically, she's like, I'm gonna tell you a story.
Your grandma is dead on.
That I've never told anyone since
Ever.
day back in April 19.
It's gonna be a 3-hour one if it's
1912. 1912 was the Titanic. Because 1842, Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
1912, Titanic
sank the ocean ground. Sank to the ocean ground.
That's not real, is it?
I mean, I just made that up, but I think...
Well, I'll never forget.
Our listeners will
never
never forget now.
1912, April 1912, yeah.
There we go. And nailed it. April 15th, by the way. And that's how they came to get... that's also how they came to... collect tax season also.
Yes.
April 15th, because when
I think that's also Easter.
And no, Easter changes.
But sometimes is it on Titanic?
Sometimes I think.
What if you have a Titanic Easter? That's pretty cool.
Titanic Easter tax season. Is at the Triple Crown trifecta.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing. Because a lot of people...
That's your favorite thing.
That's my favorite thing is when they all land together. So let's flash back into 1912.
Woo! Okay, so it starts off with Rose, the old woman.
Well, she's not old now.
No, I know that's what I'm saying. It starts off with her talking, and then it goes into
voiceover.
Yeah, voiceover, and it's her when she's young, played by young Kate Winslet, going on her ship. She's talking about her being with her rich fiance that she does not want to be with, but her mother, who they used to be really wealthy, but I think the father died and he spent all their money, so they're trying to like marry back into wealth.
They're trying to marry into money.
Yeah, and I think he's like an American oil king. Total fucking snobbo.
Yeah.
He's a yuppa. He's a yuppie. He's the king of yuppies.
He's a 1912 yuppie.
Yeah, which is maybe one of the worst yups.
That could be. I could see that. There was a really big division of class at the time.
Huge.
Especially on the ship.
And it shows it from the first 10 minutes, right? Because it shows Rose getting out of her limo with Billy Zane.
She had a limo?
Oh, what's his name? Hal. Is it Hal? Carl. What's his name in it? Billy Zane. Hal. Carl. Look it up.
Does she really have a limo?
Well, see, it's a 1912 limo.
It's like
it's like, a black car.
It's like seven. It's like seven horses.
Yeah,
like 7 horses in a line, and then the buggies.
What's his name? Cal. Cal. It's Cal.
Cal.
I think that's his name in it.
That sounds right.
Look that up. I'm almost positive. It's Hal. I think at the beginning.
Cal.
But I think it's Cal.
Let's see. Billy Zane.
Why don't you look up Titanic and then see the character?
Calden.
Yep, Cal. So she gets out of the 1912 limo with Cal, right? Walking to the ship, blah blah blah, and then it switches, like I told you, and like you said, it shows the complete break in like class from the rich woman and her fiance to old Leo playing a game of poker. You you take it over from there. Playing a hand of poker with his buddy Fabrizio.
Playing poker with Fabrizio.
They think they're winning something
correct
good.
Me if I'm wrong, that might be the point in the movie where that comes during that scene they're playing carry my, no he can't read my poker face. Do you
know Lady Gaga actually did write that song from the scene of Leonardo DiCaprio?
From that movie. And that...
Because little did he know, he won that poker hand to win the tickets.
Yeah.
He just won his death, basically.
And that...
a little foreshadow. I don't mean spoiler alert, he dies.
That's in the director's cut, that they could have that song in there, because it wasn't made yet at the time the movie.
It's true.
So they went
Lady Gaga comes into the director's cut.
Yeah.
And explains that she's working on a song called Poker Face that is directly related to to that one scene.
Yeah, they put it in. So in
the director's cut, when they're playing cards, Poker Face plays in the movie now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. I was thinking like director's cut, like commentary while it's going on.
No.
Yeah, in director's cut, you're saying Poker Face.
It's
No,
in the movie.
I haven't seen it.
And
No.
the characters are singing the song while they're playing.
I haven't seen it in a while, but
I'll
have to watch that
You
one.
haven't seen that version.
No, that's good.
Yeah, they're all singing it. So Leonardo DiCaprio, Jack,
yes,
Jack,
absolutely.
What's his last name?
God damn it! Does he have a last name?
Yeah, he does.
Handsome?
Oh, Jack Dawson.
Damn, I knew it, dude. Fuck.
Yeah, actually,
You hear it and you're like, shit. I knew it was Dawson.
No, I didn't.
Mr. Dawson.
So Jack Dawson, he wins tickets.
Damn, how long have we been talking?
He wins
already?
a ticket to go on the Titanic.
No, he wins 2. Him and Fabrizio.
Oh, they both go?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we're at
When I was little.
20 minutes, by the way.
Oh man, we're struggling. We're at 20,
okay, it's quick.
We're at 20 minutes, and we're like not even in the first like 20 minutes.
We're in the first act.
We're gonna be rough. Okay. Either way, when I was little, Fabrizio was my favorite character in the whole movie.
Why?
I have no idea.
You like his name?
I think I liked his name, and I think I liked that he had an accent, and he was kind of cool looking.
Was he Italian?
He was Italian.
Oh, that makes sense. You like your kin.
I don't think maybe that was why. I don't know.
That might have been it. But so him and his friend win tickets.
Mm-hmm.
They're in like the what's it called?
Sturridge.
What?
What?
They're on the shit part of the ship.
Yeah, it's something like that.
And now you're confusing me. Now
I confused myself.
All I can think of now is porridge.
It's not called porridge. Sturridge. Not like coach. What is it called?
I think coach is like fine.
No, coach is like fucking flying.
Steerage.
Oh man, I'm so close. So he's in steerage.
He's on the steerage, which is the shit part of the ship. In contrast, Rose is in like this
first class.
She's in the suite.
And it really is a tale of two cities, this movie, when you see it go back and forth before they connect.
What does that mean, a tale of two cities?
Like a tale between two completely different dynamics.
Is this
rich and poor?
Is this movie based on a book, or is this?
I think it's based on.
Or is this just a screenplay? I think it's
it's not based on a book.
I actually think they made a book after the movie.
Really?
I believe so.
I'd be interested.
Based
in
on the movie, it's like a little reversal.
Does it have like her life after the ship? I bet you it has something to do with that.
I never read any books.
No,
I just watched the movie.
It's a good movie.
How do Rose and Jack, obviously they come to be lovers on this ship, but how do they meet?
Yeah, I know how. You don't know how? Let me explain.
Okay.
You want me to
I
explain
do
it?
remember here, but you go ahead and you take the reins on this one.
Okay. So
why don't you take the wheel, so to say, on the ship?
All right, Captain. Aye. So basically, Rose, who is trying to marry this dude, she doesn't want to. She's at one of her fancy dinners where all a bunch of snob yuppies talking about a bunch of uninteresting things. And we got a little cameo in here. Tim, you want to talk about Titanic with us?
Oh, what about Titanic?
We're talking about the movie. You want to get in?
What part are you at?
We're at the very beginning. We got a guest appearance here by our brother Tim here.
Hello.
Tim's joining us here. We're discussing the movie Titanic.
Oh, gotta love that iceberg.
So just jump. What was that?
Gotta love that iceberg.
Yeah, just jump.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Well, jump right in. Nick's just in the middle of explaining the scene where we're talking about. No, we're good. We're good. He's talking about. Actually, you know what? We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to have a word from our sponsors real quick.
Hola, senor. I hope you're enjoying Nick and Sean. I talk about movie. Why don't you come on down to Senior Frog? We got a guacamole, queso dip, a chips and salsa, quesadilla, and we even got mozzarella sticks.
That's good.
Oh my God.
I don't know what voice.
Okay, so we're back thanks to our sponsors.
So she's at that dinner, and everyone around her, a bunch of rich yuppos, talking about like pretty much like, look how rich I am, I'm rich, this, that. And she's more like an artistic type. She wants more of life, you know.
What do you mean?
She feels trapped, basically.
She
doesn't want to, I feel like she doesn't want to be part of this life. She thinks it's boring. No real life's coming from it. Like, you know,
she wants more.
She's an adventurer. She wants experiences.
She sees kind of the phoniness of
absolutely
the money.
So
she wants real. She wants experience, adventure.
Yeah. So she's having like a mini nervous breakdown at the table, basically.
Okay.
And so she leaves and goes to the bow. What's the fucking ship thing? The bow and the stern?
The bowels?
The bowels of the ship.
Okay.
She runs out, goes to the dock. We're not very good at ships.
You don't know. Is she on the starboard side or is
I don't
she?
know, but she gets out. She runs out. She runs out there.
Is she starboard or is she?
She's starboard, bow,
or is she port side?
She's engine.
Is she at the stern or the bow?
She's engine side.
Engine side.
She runs out to the engine.
Okay.
Right, and she's like thinking about committing suicide and jumping off the ship.
That's at the front of the ship, isn't it?
It's the back of the ship, so would be engines are. If the engines were in the front of the ship, it'd be going in reverse the whole time.
Oh, she's at engine side.
Yeah, that's what I said. She's at engine side.
Let's just call it the back.
Okay, call it the back. She's at the back of the ship.
She's at the. How about the rear?
She's at the. Shut the fuck up. So she's in the back of the ship, and she is taking off. She took off her. This is important. She took off her shoes. And she's hanging over the edge. Little does she know, a young Jack Dawson, played by the handsome Leonardo DiCaprio, who's also an artist, he's sketching away.
Mm-hmm.
Sketching the skies, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He sees her about to jump, whatever. He's like, don't do it. Like, he gives a speech about the water being so cold, this, blah, blah, blah. He grabs her, basically, she's about to jump. She slips, and she's hanging there. He grabs her, picks her up, throws her over, but he lands like on top of her.
Ooh.
Yes.
I like the sound of that.
Oh, yeah. And they're staring into each other's eyes. And you can immediately feel the connection between Jack Dawson and Rose.
A lot of chemistry?
A lot of chemistry.
On-screen chemistry?
It's what I wish for in life.
On-screen chemistry? Think there's some off-screen chemistry?
Both.
You think
the off-screen chemistry translates to the on-screen chemistry.
Do you think...
think a little magic happened outside of it?
Do you think they'd ever did the deed?
We'll never know. What do you think they did, though?
I think so.
You do?
I do.
Oh, I don't.
You don't think so? I don't think any of them... I don't think they were involved with anyone else at the time of the filming.
That's true. Maybe.
Winslet?
I mean, we don't know for sure, but...
We don't know, but we like to think.
Let's just say they did.
Let's say they did. Actually, they did.
Yeah, they did.
It turns out, according to a source, they did.
So, then, while her shoes are off, he's, however, like Cal's, like, I don't know, it's like his bodyguard or like this evil dude. I don't even know his name. But he's like Cal's minion, his like henchman.
Okay. I'm glad that you remember a lot of this because I don't remember any of this.
I've seen it a good amount.
I mean, I've seen it too. I just have a horrible memory, I think. Terrible recall.
I remember romantic things because I'm a romantic.
That's true. Well, you have to remember them because you have to like emulate stuff you see in movies. I'm naturally romantic, so I can come up with my own ideas on how to be romantic, but you kind of just have to like pull girls off of ships and land on top of them and like get like a freaking boner through your pants.
I mean, that is true. I usually, yes.
That makes sense. So keep going with it.
So Cal's henchman comes out and he's like, "Oh my god, this dude is like." He thinks that Jack is like taking advantage of Rose because he's some street urchin.
Oh
like,
yeah,
some
get
street
out
urchin.
of here, you!
Yeah, you Aladdin street urchin, bread stealing scum.
You poor
Man.
Peasant.
Yeah.
Get out of here, you poor peasant! Get off of this
But Jack doesn't,
rich woman.
So Jack doesn't want to admit that she's trying to kill herself. Basically.
He's covering her up for it.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, she's looking at the propellers or whatever," and then the henchman's like, "Well, she had time to take her shoes off."
Is a henchman the right word for this guy?
I think so.
Who is? I don't remember this character.
Cal is like almost like an evil. He's like an evil leader, like an evil rich leader, and it's like his henchman. He hires them to like he's a henchman.
Okay, I guess you're right. Well, let me just give a definition of henchman here. A faithful follower or political supporter, especially one prepared to engage in crime or dishonest practices by way of service.
So true, because he shoots. Yeah.
All right, so sure. He's a
Henchman confirmed.
All right, sure.
So basically, blah, blah, blah. He's like, "Oh no." And then he covers Rose's suicide up, and then whatever. And they give him, I think they give him like a free dinner to come to dinner with the rich people.
Yeah, they're like, "Thank you. You saved this fine young woman. We'll extend you a courtesy, and you can like eat with like the proper folk."
Yeah, and she gets but she gets a little sassy. She's even like, "That's what you do. That's all you do for like saving the woman you love." She's like mad about it.
She's mad at who?
Cal, for the only like. He saved my life, and all you're gonna do is give him a dinner.
Okay.
She's like mad about that.
Okay.
Which she hates him.
Yeah, there's obviously a lot of tension. This is not a happy relationship.
She hates it.
It's not
like
happy,
I said, it's like fixed.
Not a happy engagement.
Yeah.
It's an arranged marriage.
You take over for a little bit than that.
For money. I mean, I can't take over because I need you to kind of guide.
Well, I'll guide you.
Get me to the next scene. Give me the next scene.
Ooh,
what goes on? So, do we get to the dinner?
We could we can go to the dinner.
Is that what happens next?
Yeah, I would say that maybe is the next important part.
That's the next.
If we miss something,
what's
I don't
the next
know.
Pivotal moment?
I feel like it might be that dinner.
Okay, so what's going on at this dinner?
Kathy Bates. Come on, you get a little bit of it.
I don't know. What's Kathy Bates doing in here?
So Kathy Bates is in there. Her name's Molly Brown, the unsinkable Molly Brown. I'm actually surprised how much I know about this movie.
If you're really taking the reins here, and thank God I don't know anything about this movie. Apparently,
you've watched it as much as me.
Molly what?
Brown.
Molly Brown,
who is a real historical figure, the unsinkable Molly Brown. She was.
Why is her name the Unsinkable?
Because she didn't die.
Oh, it was.
She's actually a real character.
She's a real historical figure.
Mm-hmm. She is.
Maggie Brown.
Yeah.
Was it Maggie Brown? Oh, no, Molly Brown.
Yeah.
You're right.
I mean, I am a history major, so I think. Well, anyway,
why was she called unsinkable? Wait, why is she unsinkable? A bunch of people survived.
I mean, I don't know why they just call her that.
Okay. Well, what's her significance in this movie?
It is. She actually does have a pretty big significance.
Well, what?
She is they call her New Money because she recently became rich before she was on the Titanic.
Yeah.
So, like, all the other rich snobs who are mostly, like, English, you know, they called old money, you know, have a lot of money. They kind of snub their nose at her because she's, like, she's a relatively new, wealthy person who's also, I think, from America, you know, like an oil person. And then her attitude's different. She's not like them. She's still kind of relatively like a real poor person that became rich. So she speaks her mind more. So she's a little more grounded because she got her mind. Yeah, exactly.
Later.
And Rose finds a connection with her, and she loves Jack Dawson, which is a huge part of it.
Okay.
So that's why it leads into the dinner thing.
Okay.
Because Molly Brown is like, "Oh, you boy, you're going to be going to the devil's den or whatever. I got to hook you up." She gives him like a suit.
Oh, she gave him a nice suit.
Yeah, teaches them some maybe manners, like how to hold people, how to walk.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
She sounds like a nice lady.
Well, let's let me see you get a little bit of this.
I don't really remember what happens after that. They go to the dinner. I remember a dancing scene.
Yes, after the dinner.
I remember he's a little bit disoriented at the dinner. There's all these different silverwares. He doesn't know which one to get.
That's true.
Am I making that up? Or?
No, you're not making that up.
Yeah, he feels a little bit out of place.
Yes,
understandably.
And Molly Brown's next to him, like guiding him. Right.
Yeah, she's telling him kind of like
she's like, go from the outside in. Take the smaller ones, go in.
Yeah, and so once dinner's done, they get things start to get a little bit more loose. True.
Yes, they're at dinner and it's very uptight. Jack says some things. Some people laugh. Cal's not having it. Cal's like, I don't like this dude. Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
He's intimidated. Because it's fucking Leonardo DiCaprio.
He's
an artist. He's suave. He's an artist. He's handsome as all hell.
He's very cool.
Oh, yeah.
Jack, who is Leonardo DiCaprio, he's like, he's not feeling this aristocrat party, so he's like, I'm gonna go down with.
Yeah, they're all like, well, the men go to the cigar room.
Yeah, so he chooses not to go, and he's like, and he goes down into.
Well, he gives Rose he kisses her hand and gives her a note. It says, "Meet me at the clock."
Oh, meet me at the clock.
She reads it. She's like, oh.
Oh. Okay.
She's all pumped.
So she likes it. So she meets him at the clock, and he takes her.
It says, "Meet me at the clock if you want like a real party."
Okay.
And she's like, "Oh, what's that?"
So she then meets him at the clock.
Yes, and
he takes her down to the steerage.
Which you
party.
think that word's from storage, like a store, like where they keep like the luggage?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So they're down at steerage. All the peasants or the people that are, in kind of the shit rooms, they're having a good old time. They're playing all kinds of bebop music.
Oh, it's a gun to bebop.
They're dancing around in circles. So this is like a really important bonding scene between Jack and Rose.
Very much.
Where they're like having a really good time.
She's like, I'm missing out so much on life. This is... Drinking with these peasants and dancing is way more fun than talking about finances with these stuck-up yuppie
talking about their
bugs.
money or just very properly like dancing to
exactly. They're having a blast.
Classic music. They're
like pounding beers.
They're down here, which this would be the equivalent of like going from maybe like a ballroom dancing to like a EDM type.
Yeah, I'm thinking
like EDM, Post Malone.
Oh, you guys go to a Posty concert.
Yeah, this is like more like Post concert here, EDM dance. So she's like down there having a good time, and so like this is a very important bonding scene.
For sure.
The podcast you just heard was published with Anchor. Got something you want to say to the creator of this show? Send them a voice message using the Anchor app, free for iOS and Android.